Life stages. B2 human life can be divided into several stages, and each of them has its own advantages, challenges, and memorable experiences. The main stages are childhood, adulthood, and old age. In my opinion, every period teaches us something important and helps shape our personality. However, some stages are usually remembered more positively than others. Let me start with childhood. Childhood is often associated with freedom, curiosity, and fewer responsibilities. Children spend most of their time learning, playing, and discovering the world around them. They usually do not have to worry about work, finances, or major life decisions. Personally, many of my happiest memories come from childhood. I remember spending time with friends, playing outdoors, riding bicycles, and enjoying school holidays. At that age, life felt simpler because most responsibilities were handled by parents. Of course, children also face difficulties, but their problems are usually different from those of adults. At the same time, childhood is not perfect. Young people have less independence and often cannot make important decisions themselves. Looking back, I realized that many things seemed difficult simply because I lacked experience and knowledge. The next stage is adulthood. This is the period when people build careers, create families, and become responsible for their own lives. Adulthood offers much more freedom than childhood because people can choose their education, profession, lifestyle, and future goals. Personally, I believe adulthood is both rewarding and demanding. Adults have opportunities to travel, develop professionally, and achieve personal ambitions. However, they also face responsibilities connected with work, finances, and family life. Sometimes balancing all these aspects can become stressful. One advantage of adulthood is that people become more confident and experienced. Years ago, when I was younger, I used to worry about many things that seem less important now. Experience helps people make better decisions and deal with challenges more calmly. If I could change something about my past, I would probably spend more time learning certain skills earlier. For example, I sometimes wish I had started studying languages or professional subjects sooner. This is not a major regret, but it is something I would do differently if I had the opportunity. Nevertheless, I believe regrets should not dominate our lives. Every experience, including mistakes, teaches valuable lessons. If people never made mistakes, they would not learn how to improve. The final stage is old age. This period is often associated with retirement, wisdom, and reflection. Older people usually have much more life experience and a broader perspective than younger generations. In my opinion, one of the greatest advantages of old age is wisdom. Elderly people have often experienced different situations, solved many problems, and learned important life lessons. Younger people can benefit enormously from their advice. However, old age also presents challenges. Health problems become more common, physical energy decreases, and some people feel lonely after retirement. Because of this, family support and social connections become especially important. When comparing all three stages, I believe adulthood is probably the best period overall. Childhood provides wonderful memories, and old age offers wisdom, but adulthood combines freedom, opportunities, and personal development. Adults can make independent decisions, pursue goals, travel, build relationships, and continue learning. Of course, adulthood can sometimes feel overwhelming because responsibilities never disappear completely. However, I would still choose this stage because it offers the greatest balance between freedom and experience. Another interesting point is that people's perspectives change with age. When we are children, we want to become adults as quickly as possible. Later, many adults miss the simplicity of childhood. This shows that people often appreciate certain stages only after they have passed. In addition, modern society is changing traditional life stages. Nowadays, people study longer, change careers more frequently, and remain active later in life. Some 60-year-olds continue working, traveling, and learning new skills, which would have been considered unusual decades ago. To sum up, childhood, adulthood, and old age all have unique advantages and disadvantages. Childhood offers freedom and happy memories. Adulthood provides opportunities and independence, while old age brings experience and wisdom. Personally, I have the best memories of childhood, but I believe adulthood is the most rewarding stage because it allows people to shape their own lives and pursue meaningful goals. Most importantly, Every stage should be appreciated because each one contributes to personal growth and life experience.